Alright, so like usual, guys, you know the drill. Be respectful, be nice. Do I have to go through the whole spiel again? I think the rule's already there. So, yeah. Let's go. And I'm gonna put this on like 1.5 speed because we're...
This is probably the fairest one. If it's a Sprinter tier list, though, I'm just outclassed. I know he made one. He outclasses me in every book. Like, I can't even, like, talk against it, bro. Like, that kid plays that shit religiously. He's been in Koa. Oh, I also been to a Koa qualification, so I think I'm pretty qualified, alright? So, S tier. Mercenary. Yeah, he can eat a hit, but reason he's here, right? It's fair. He's got 3 elbow pads and he can go across the map and save. Piss easy, right? Journalist, absolutely broken, right? Her utility with, like, what? Would she get 4 little boys or something? Is that 4? Am I right?
She has 3 for pallets, 1 for saving.
Okay, so 4, basically. She has 4 little boys because she can transfer her save to a pallet.
Yeah, she can.
Busted, broken, insane. Hunter doesn't get presents. She's broken, she's broken. You can't tell me otherwise. And the range to summon her little boy is disgusting. It's long. It's almost always a guaranteed rescue with Journalist. Antiquarian, everyone knows she's broken, dude. I think it's like 24 seconds of stun.
Okay, alright. Is this ranked or tournament? First things first, is this ranked or tournament before I go in? Because this is a little bit way too many people in S tier for my liking. Like... Whoo! Oh boy. Oh boy. Where's the AC? Because I'm going to start talking a lot and it's going to get hot in this damn room. Where's the AC? Okay. Alright. Okay then. Yeah. So... Okay, for rank, I can see Merc being S tier. If this is ranked tier list, I don't know what, like, do they say? I play this game religious. There's no indication if this is ranked or not. Okay, so I'm gonna go in with this saying that this is a ranked perspective. I'm gonna give them the benefit of the doubt and say that this is a ranked perspective. Okay, I'm gonna give the benefit of the doubt. Journalist is not S tier. Yeah, she can rescue, but she's also very easy to chase. Because the thing with the little boy is that it's easy to get work around. You just manipulate your hitbox as if you would do against a survivor body blocking. At that, you can bait if it's palace stunning. As for the rescue, okay, you hit the little boy early, she gets a speed boost, and then what? Like, you still get the hit anyway. It doesn't matter. So it's like, I just can't see, like, how journalists... It's not like she's getting a rescue scot-free. Like, she's a good pick in ranked, yeah, but, like, she's still an easy-ass chase. You know how fast you burn through her clones? Like, all 4 clones you can burn through fast as fuck, depending on the hunter. If the hunter is, like, not being aggressive and it's a passive, like, snowbally-ass hunter, then yeah, you'll be fine. But against an opera, against a wag, like, anything, like, she's not doing good.
For the entire stick. 12 for, like, half. You know what I mean?
Wait, will this music get me copyrighted? Will this shit get me copyrighted? I don't know. Well, fuck it.
Not only that, but she basically has, like, guaranteed dodges of, like, she can jump over shit, so that means she doesn't get terror shock. Like, that's broken. She has a speed boost, insane. Entomologist, you cannot, like, argue. She's actually broken. She's been broken.
No, she's not. The bees disappear in 2 seconds. You hit the bees twice. That's all you do. You hit the bees twice and they're gone. What? She's not. No, she's not S tier anymore. She's not. You hit the bees twice and then that's it. They're gone. What is this? We're not in, like, season 15, 16. Like, she's A. She's A tier. She's not S. She is not S.
She's literally faster than most hunters. Her combo is infinite. Her item degradation is, like, virtually non-existent unless the hunter hits it.
And what is the hunter gonna do? What's the hunter doing? Not hitting it? Excuse me? What? What hunter you know is not hitting the bees when they see the bees?
her literal item goes from a slow to a solid if she uses it. Like, that's so dumb. I don't know. Super easy to play, super easy to learn, and like, she's just disgusting. She's disgusting. Cheerleader, she's great. Like, I don't know. If you're solid at her, and you know not to back-to-back use your, like, fucking, your speed boost, she's an insane kiter. She can be a good rescuer. She is a good rescuer. And she has solid support, which gives her teammates a speed boost. And those speed boosts, honestly, are like a game changer. Even if, like, you get a massive slow at the end, like, it helps you reach pallets that you can just instantly drop.
Cheerleader's not S tier. I'm sorry. Cheerleader has so much counterplay. You know what you do when a cheerleader is supporting? You swing at the cheerleader. When a cheerleader is kiting and she uses her speed boost, you just keep going at her because the speed boost is not taking her crazily. It'll get her to a transition area, which is fine, but it's not something that it's impossible to work around. Especially, again, in this meta of speed demons. Like, the current meta that we're in, where every hunter has mobility, like, she's not good. She's not, well, let me not say she's not good, but she's not S tier. She's not outspeeding a Night Watch or an Opera or even an Ivy. And Ivy is just because of the Yith. She just possesses and that's it. Like, all the distance you got, possession, and that's it, gone. Like, Cheerleader's not no damn S tier.
And yeah, she gets a fucking, like, a heal or a second chance or whatever, but, like, more likely you're not gonna get to that point, so, I mean. Prospect is insane. Recharging ability with...
Prospector's not S tier. Prospector stuns last almost non-existent. You can't harass as effectively. What's like his whole gimmick was his harassment and how long the stuns would be when you go back to back to back. They don't last as long. You bring one stack in rage when you see a prospector and that's it. The stuns last virtually nothing. Prospector is not S tier. He's not. He wasn't S tier pre-nerf. He's not doing anything. Like anti being S tier for ranked makes sense. Everything that Prospector is doing, anti can do and better. The only thing that Prospector has over anti is range. But even then, it's not that good because you can just break the magnet. You get into the range, then you walk out, and then the magnet's broken. Boom, magnet wasted. That's it. Like, it's not that difficult.
With a speed boost and a heal buff. Plus, whenever you pop calibrations, like he gets more calibrations, right? I'm not tripping, right?
I think they got... I don't know. I don't think they got rid of that.
Did they? I don't know. But like, even if they got rid of it or he kept it, he just has a bunch of utility. Like, it's just dumb. I know they reduced his healing, but like, still, it's a free healing buff for no reason. Like, it makes no sense to his character. Like, what? Why does he have a healing buff? Like, that's not even part of his fucking lore. Like, what? Like, come on. Anyways, Priestess. Portals are insane. They're broken. I just think Prospector's higher than Priestess because you can do more with Prospector. Wow. This could be edited, honestly. This could be swapped.
You are not putting Prospector above Priestess, bro. This is ordered then. Wow, this is ordered. Okay, so we have Cheerleader above Officer and Acrobat. We have Journalist over Anti.
This could be swapped. They're still both pretty good. Doesn't matter. They're in S tier. Seer, the ability to block an entire hit whenever you want is just crazy.
Seer gets countered by fucking every hunter in the goddamn game, bro. Like, he gets countered by everything that exists. What is it? Ivy counters. Ivy hard counters him. Opera, the pure speed counters. Wax Artist counters. Night Watch, slowdown counter. Your hit doesn't fucking matter. Gamekeeper, soft counter. Like, I don't... Wait, did they change Dorn? I swear you have a different charge. The magnet doesn't break. No, the magnet always broke. It always broke.
Acrobat, I think he's just one of the best kiters in the game. Yes.
Acrobat is the best kiter in the game. He is. We're not going to watch the entire... Yes, we are. Like, he is the best kiter in the whole game. Acrobat is the best kiter in the game. It's an hour long, and how long until rank? And how long until rank?
3 balls that each do a different thing that you can, like, use for
And you can get double of
different
each ball.
situations. Yeah. You get double balls. You just have to do something to get it, obviously, but, like, even then, each ball does a specific thing that you can, like, use for that situation if, like, you actually want to play the game. And then first officer, he's just a guaranteed rescue, like, actually.
So if Officer is a guaranteed rescue, why is he so low in S tier? Why? I'm just going through the picks. I want to just hear the logic behind the picks. That's really it. I just want to go through the logic of the picks. That's it. Officer is... Yo, Officer below S tier is like... Officer low S tier is criminal. What? That's insane.
I like how they say that every character character in S tier gets countered by Patroller. You do know Antiquarian can hit Patroller and cancel it. You do know Acrobat can ball and cancel the Patroller. Like, are you good?
I mean,
Are you good?
Okay, Patroller is not a valid argument. That is fine. But the reason certain characters in S tier shouldn't be in S tier, i.e. Journalist, Ento, Cheer, Prospector, Seer, the reason why those characters can't be in S tier is because they get countered by more hunters than the actual S tiers. Like, not even counting ability. They get countered by more hunters than the actual S tiers do. And even then, the S tiers themselves get countered. So it's like, yo, what?
okay.
Also, Patroller can theoretically counter every survivor because it disables the survivor's ability to move. So, I don't know who made that argument.
You can say that about any character though, like,
Every character can kite out
like,
Patroller.
any character can kite it, or they can fucking like, bro,
Yeah.
if you shock someone with Prisoner, like, it cancels Patroller, like what? Like, it doesn't matter. I put these here because they're just so useful. They're so fucking useful. And the probability of doing something that you want to do is guaranteed.
No, it's not. The probability that I can kite a Night Watch as cheerleader is not guaranteed if I have a speed boost. Because if I'm in the wind, the Night Watch can slow me down and my speed boost means nothing. What? The probability that my stunning is good as a prospector against any hunter, like a wax artist or an opera singer, or my magnet gets canceled, it doesn't get canceled, is not guaranteed. That just doesn't make sense. Merc isn't A tier anymore. No, Merc is S tier in rank. I think he's A tier in competitive.
That's why they're up here. Their utility's insane. They're just overall useful to the team. Like, it's good. And then the A tier is a little more sloppy. Psychologist, she's insane because she has a global heal. And if you're, like, a decent kiter, like, you can reset for kite guaranteed, actually. Like, genuinely. And then there's that stupid-ass niche trick where if you die, and you still have a little bit of heal, you basically have full health. You know what I mean? Like the bar goes...
So you just said that Psychologist is high A because it's so you just said that A tier is sloppy, but then you just described that pretty much Psychologist has no weaknesses. Because I'm gonna be honest, right now in competitive and in rank, a Psychologist is low of S. I can barely hear him, bruh. Hold on. You can barely hear him? Okay.
low enough, but it doesn't go so low to where, like, it's considered, like, a half-health state. What's up, Janet? And then we have Gravekeeper, who's absolutely bonkers insane. He's just a good rescuer, bro. He's like...
Yeah,
he's so
I
good.
agree.
He can kite, he can guarantee eat a hit, and then still get the chair. Like, he's just good. And he cucks a lot of, like, hunters, too. I think forward's just always going to be, like, solid.
No. Get forward and batter out of there right now. Forward and batter are lower A, if not B tier in ranked. They're just not good. They're just too risky. And I would have batter higher than forward. Forward has fallen off so much. Like, this is not... Forward is not A tier anymore. I'm sorry. Like, in ranked, maybe he's low A, but in, like, even then, that's pushing it. Because he's just too risky now. Like, if he, like, one mistake from him and that just completely destroys the entire team. He doesn't even need to make a mistake, really. Because a hunter just can fucking chase him instead if he decides to stun.
Solid. It just depends on how you use the ball and, like, how you read the situation. It takes more brains, but he's just good. Batter, same thing. I think he's a good kiter. I think he's a good harasser. He can still do his ball trick, even though they nerfed it. Hunter tier list? Maybe tomorrow. Or second session. Cowboy, he's just easy to play. He's a harasser, he's a kiter, rescuer. He's just good.
And he still gets countered by more than half of the hunters in the game. What? We're not putting forward, batter, and cowboy above patient, embalmer, coordinator. What? Lawyer. We're not putting these characters above them. They don't survive as well. They just don't. They don't provide as much cipher rush as you need. This is just not... Bro, no.
He's solid. I think he's a solid character. Patient, also a solid character. The fact that you can cover... He's basically like a shittier merc, but like he can cover a lot of ground. Like, it's crazy. Javid, much love, man. Thank you for the follow. He's just...
Javid37363 is now following.
He's just a weaker merc, basically. But like, Patient's just so good. Like, he's actually good. Like, he's good at kiting. Guaranteed rescue. Like, people would use him all the time for rescuing.
So if you just describe Patient as a guaranteed merc, I mean, not a guaranteed, as a watered down merc, who you have at the fucking tip top of S tier, how is Patient lower than Cowboy, Batter, and Forward? How? Are we assuming that every hunter has the same probability of showing up because then this is a bit more reasonable? It's not that. It's more we're just looking at how they perform meta-wise. Like, what are the meta hunters right now? Opera, Ivy, Gamekeeper, and then the sub-metas with, like, Anne, Nightwatch, Wax Artist, who else is in that shit that I'm forgetting? Because there's, like, 11. Weaver, Naiad, etc. We're just assuming the general pool of hunters that are meta and how they face. These characters in S tier, journalist, cheerleader, prospector, ento, seer, majority of the overall meta hunters can counter them and deal with them very easily. Alva, yeah, Hermit as well. So it's like that. That's why for me, like, there isn't many S tiers in this game. Like, if you want me for an S tiers, like, S tiers in this game for this meta right now are officer, acrobat, priestess, arguably, anti, psychologist, like, and then maybe merc. Like, those are my S tiers. That's it. But journalist, ento, pros, cheer, seer, they don't make that cut. They don't.
I think Weeping Clown's really good because, like...
Weeping Clown is not... No. No.
Good kiter, solid rescuer. His ability's kind of hard to use, but at the end of the day, like, if you know how to use it right and you position properly, like, he's just insane. It's good utility.
His ability has almost no control. Like, you can't do much with his ability aside from go in one direction. Why is Psych S tier to you? Because you can never go wrong with a Psych. Psych is literally a character that is universal. You can literally never go wrong with her. You don't have a character, you're confused on what to bring, you just throw a Psych. That is how good she is. She takes 3 hits, she provides a heal, she has positive decoding, she can decently kite. Like, in this meta right now where it's all single hit hunters and survivability, you can literally never go wrong picking a psychologist. Tell that to my random Adas who die. Well, I'm not talking about the random Adas. I'm talking about people who are competent at the game. That's my thing. I'm talking from the perspective of, like, people playing their character well and, like, how they do in the meta with the current hunters. Like, a good forward, for example, is always going to make, like, you know, is going to make the hunter's life a living hell. But that's only going to be for so long, and a good hunter is going to know that, okay, if the forward's going to harass me, then I can just punish the forward. Because if I just bring Rage or Desperate Fight, every stun is going to be reduced, and then when he finishes stunning me, he doesn't have his ball for 6 seconds, which means he's a free hit for me. S tier is an exaggeration. It's not an exaggeration. It really isn't. Opera Singer, Ivy, Gamekeeper, Nightwatch. Who else? Hermit. Like, she counters. She counters. Like, she can deal with 5 of these and more. You can't disregard that she can deal with an Opera Singer who's the best hunter in the game, Ivy, who right now is arguably second best hunter in the game, Gamekeeper, who's the most fucking cheese hunter of all time, Hermit, who's the most endgame snowball hunter, like, up there with Ivy, Wax Artist because she could take 3 hits, so the wax is still going to take a long ass time anyway. Like, you can't disregard what she's doing just because she doesn't have a kiting ability. Like, for this metagame right now, she is amazing. Zeus, Ivy, B tier, and now, okay, what do you mean? Once you kill an Ada, she has no rebound potential? I mean, I guess, but that's most characters in here. When you kill a Seer that used his owl, he has no rebound potential. When you kill a Priestess that doesn't have portals, she has no rebound potential. When you kill an Acrobat that used his ball, she has no rebound potential. When you kill an Ento with no bees, no rebound potential. Like, it's the same argument. Like, all of these characters can theoretically have no rebound potential. Like, she is a free, like, she's free. Like, she's a free, like, not to mention with how well she complements the team. Any rescuer, you as a rescuer, you don't need to worry about getting healed as a third. Like, the amount of Cypher Rush she performs, like, the amount of Cypher Rush that she promotes is insane because you don't need to waste time healing. You don't. She's a guaranteed 3 hit. She is able to deal with chip hunters very well. She gets bypassed the healing process, which is, like, one of the main things that hunters like to do to stall out. Like, she is in this meta right now, she's low S. But don't those other characters regain their abilities? Ento doesn't regain it. Anti doesn't regain it. Priestess takes 70 seconds. Seer, you have to look behind you constantly. And with Ivy existing, you're not looking behind you. Opera's too fast for him to look behind you to get an owl. Acrobat doesn't get his balls back. Officer doesn't get his watches back. Journalist doesn't get the things back. I've seen operas kill Ada so fast while still waiting for stress. I mean, yeah, that is true. But who else does opera doesn't kill fast? Who else does opera doesn't kill so fast? Like, you gotta understand, like, being able to take a third hit guaranteed, it buys so much time for the team. Like, it really does. Like, she is, in a tournament setting, she's S tier. In a ranked setting, I would also arguably put her S tier.
Good utility. Composer should be lower because of that new Cursier gaming video, but, you know, whatever. Dakota...
Composer should be all the way down in fucking C tier. He has one ability every 50 seconds. A good psychologist, it is a guaranteed 3-cipher kite. If you are a psychologist with 2% brain power, it is a guaranteed 3-cipher kite. Pretty much. Aside from an opera.
With a speed boost. Solid. A total of what, 20% decoding speed? One of the highest ones in the game. There you go. I like female. I don't know if I should like swap these two. Dude, it doesn't matter. He's an A tier. He's good. Female dancer's good because slow boxes are busted right now. They've always been busted, honestly.
Dancer A, yeah.
Embalmer's actually good at the game. He's actually good. He has like if you're first kite with Embalmer, like it's over. If you're like
Embalmer A tier, but Embalmer should be
yourself,
way higher.
just,
Not gonna
just,
lie.
Like, keep decoding for like a guaranteed tie, and that's what a lot of them do if you do chase an Embalmer. Like they'll just waste so much time and then rescue themselves, so your team can finish 3 ciphers, and then by the time you're dead, your team just gets tied because they have to do 2. We'll talk about Doctor later. Toy Merchant, she's super good. It's kind of niche though, because like you have to set it up. And that's the hard part. Like if you don't know the setups, you're just kind of fucked. But like if you got the setups down, that's good. And then she can give someone like an item, and if she wants, if God wills it, no one really does it. But if you look through a chest, you can give someone else a different item, and then stack a total of like 3 of them plus hold 1, I think.
Merchant shouldn't be this high in A tier though. She's at low A tier. Like she should be like down here. I don't know why little girl's up here, by the way. Same with Postman. I don't know why the fuck they're up here. But like, you're not telling me you're having... Oh boy, okay. Well, honestly, if you remove the filler stuff, this would actually be Merchant's perfect positioning with how situational she is. But like, you're not telling me that Coordinator is lower than Merchant.
Barmaid, she's a healer with a speed boost, kind of nutty. Coordinator, guaranteed 4-second stun if you're not brain dead. Fire Investigator is really good. I think it's super balanced out of all the characters. Not only...
He has 2 balls, and they don't come back. And all you need to do to break them is charge attack. He's so hyper situational, he needs to be down here with fucking Mind's Eye. Also, why is Mind's Eye in C tier? Mind's Eye should be in D tier. Excuse me?
That he has no downsides. He gets a buff for harassing. That's what I like to do. Is like when Lamb was kiting today, like I would come support because there's actual value for support. So the chances are is like I support, she gets away, she gets like from a bad position to a better position because of the ball, and because I harassed, I get bonus decoding speed. So it's just worth for me to harass, even if I don't finish my cipher. And that's why, honestly, I just kept doing it. I did it like 3 games in a row. Because I was just like, oh, like I'm literally not losing anything. Like she gets an extra rebound to her original, and I just get decoding. And even if I take a hit, it doesn't matter because I still have decoding speed. It stacks on top of like, you know, accelerated if we get to that point. Perfumer, she can take 3 hits. She's honestly really
Perfumer
solid.
A tier in this meta, I can see it.
If you're a 2-story Andy and like doing tricks, leave one up there, it's literally free kiting time, and her Perfumer lasts so long, it's actually ridiculous. Postman's insane because he gives buffs. Buffs are always good. And I think his buff affects gate, right? Like his decoding.
He's not A tier. He can't kite. He doesn't have survivability. You want to know how you deal with Postman? You chase him. That's all you do. He has no survivability in this metagame right now. Like, not to mention, the only reason why Postman was meta at a time was because his decode buff was 20%, and then they cut that shit to 10. Do I get banned if I say Doc A tier? You don't get banned, but I don't think Doc should be A tier. I don't know. She's too experimental right now.
Does Postman decoding letter affect gate?
You literally have a hope letter that increases gate opening.
Okay, so yes, that's all I need. Just a yes, that's literally all you have to do is say yes, alright? I don't need a monologue. I love her, guys. Yeah, Postman's good. He's just good. He's actually good. Like, you just give buffs to your team when you need them.
No.
If, you know. Yeah, he's good, he's good, he's good! I have a Postman main here.
Literally, I'm a Postman
Tracy's
main.
literally
Literally.
That just means that you're biased to your character because that worked out for you. I'm a forward main, if I say that forward is S tier, like, bro, he's not A tier. He's not A tier. He has no survivability. His buffs are minuscule. Like, he doesn't provide much to the team.
Tracy's literally V.
Aw, cute cat.
I literally main Postman. I know how good he is.
Magician, I put him in A because he's a good kiter. He's a good kiter.
Yeah, Magician
I
and
like
A
him
for this meta
because,
works.
You can literally drop his ghost or whatever on a pallet, and you don't have to waste that pallet. Like, that alone in itself, for you to like continue your kite, or just dropping that shit, is good enough to me. You literally save a pallet. You can save a god pallet until you really need it. He also gets like he goes invisible after rescue, which is like a chance to basically like go for a rebound. It's a chance. It's like not guaranteed, but it's a chance. You know, compared to a lot of the characters that don't get the chance, he does get the chance. Little girl, she's solid. I think she's really solid in my opinion. Like, doesn't look like it, doesn't feel like it, but like if you actually use your brain, she can be really good. Like, I think what Lamb kited today, and then I went to go pick her up, and I ran off with her as fire investigator, and then her kite was extended. Right? You can just do that. You can still do it. They nerfed it on chair, but if it's like a first kite, people still do it because there's no downside to it.
The downside is that you only have 2 people decoding, so there's less ciphers being worked on, and the hunter now has 2 chases because when you get hit, the little girl gets booted off. So that means now the hunter just chases after the injured person that she was leeched onto, and if the little girl is injured, then she'll just go continue chasing the little girl, and then chair you, and then if she just knows the general direction of where you are, then go after you. If you use your brain for most characters, they would be gonna yeah, like that logic doesn't work.
Yeah,
And
the
then,
only issue is that Lucky kicked me off Smile.
okay, that's because my buttons. That doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. And then Lawyer's A, regardless whether he's up here or up here, he just does the same thing. It doesn't matter. He doesn't get found first unless like Hunter's goaded. Decoding's always good. He's Lawyer, bro. He's literally Lawyer. Whether it's 15 or 20, he still decodes pretty fast. He can be slightly faster than some hunters, not all of them. I wouldn't say most, but like a couple. He's good. He's good. It doesn't really need an explanation. If your weakness is being found first all the time, Lawyer's like your best pick, bro. He's literally your best pick. And if you like have some sense of like rotations, they literally can't touch you.
So what you just described is inherently broken. So why is he below everyone else if you just described that he cannot be touched at all? Lawyer should be way higher in A. I don't think Lawyer is S anymore because of like his nerfs do affect him. Like those interactions and those movement speed buffs do affect him, and his lack of cipher, like the 5% lack of cipher rush, although it seems minuscule in competitive, it does work, and even in rank, it's not as bad. In rank, Lawyer is S tier for now. In competitive, Lawyer is A tier. But since we're looking at this from a ranked lens, because I've specified that ranked lens, Lawyer is S tier. Lawyer in rank is S tier. Because being able to just see the hunter, especially when you don't have comms, is so broken, like so absurdly busted. Like, it's crazy.
Alright, B tier, mechanic. I know some of you guys are gonna like tear my ass into, but I don't care.
No, mech.
She's good, believe it or not, she's solid. She's not the GOAT, she's not what she once was, but she's still good. Like, drop your bot, don't get found, you get caught first, your bot is insanely good at decoding. Like, it is.
Chat, I'm not even gonna lie, y'all gonna hate me for this. I genuinely think Mechanic is on the same level of Mind's Eye right now in this meta. Genuinely. I genuinely believe Mechanic is on the same level of Mind's Eye. Like, genuinely, I'm not even shitting. Not even shitting you. I genuinely believe that Mechanic is on the same level of Mind's Eye in this meta game. And the reason why I say that is because Mechanic's whole purpose comes from her bot, right? No. Listen. Mechanic gets all her purpose from her bot. A good hunter is going to go after the mech and is going to get that bot. That bot is not being hidden against a good hunter. Unless the mechanic is on the opposite side of the map, like, that's it. Like, the bot is getting found and it's getting hit. And that's it. What happens when the bot gets hit? The mechanic gets called out. So then she has to drop the bot again. The bot gets dropped out again. The hunter finds bot and then hits bot. And now mechanic is virtually fucking worthless. Now, Oh, she can still decode normally. When somebody gets hit, she gets a fucking 30% debuff to her decoding when people are injured. And it's additive. It's additive. So what is she doing the whole game when someone's kiting? What is she doing? She's decoding at like negative 40. She's decoding ciphers at negative 40 the second someone's injured. So she's not doing shit for the team. She has worse decoding than a fucking wildling. Like, what is she doing for the team? Like, if the bot, like, she's such a coin flip that I hate it. Because if the bot doesn't get found, then mechanic is solid. Because now the bot is decoding at regular speed while the mechanic is decoding at ass speed. But if the bot gets found, then she's fucking worthless. So it's like, she's too risky. Like, she's too much of a coin flip. It's like, if the bot gets found, she's worthless. It's like, it's a 3v1. It becomes 3 versus 1. That does not put her on the level of Mind's Eye, though. Yes, it quite literally does, because Mechanic and Mind's Eye have the same level of survivability. Nothing. Except Mind's Eye at least decodes faster. And can see the hunter. Mechanic has like the same survivability as Mind's Eye, which is nothing. If her bot gets found, she's actually worthless because she can't do anything. If her bot doesn't get found, then okay, yeah, she's fine. But even then, she still gets a decode debuff the second someone gets injured. So it's like what are you running, like what, like realistic, like what are you running a mechanic for? Mind's Eye has no relevance if she kites first. At least mech has a chance at being useful. I mean, what relevance does mechanic have if she gets kite first? Like the bot, okay, the bot still drains fast. Like, that's what I'm saying. It's a coin flip, and I don't like that it's a coin flip. I don't like, because if her bot doesn't get found, then okay, she's somewhat usable. But if her bot does get found, what is she? How is she any better than Mind's Eye? Genuinely. In this current metagame, like, genuinely speaking, if her bot gets found, how is she any better than Mind's Eye? In what way? Like, it's pointless. Like, if you're ranking mech is going to be chased first, the same with Mind's Eye, exactly. I'd rather have a chance at my teammate being useful than being completely useless. The thing with Mind's Eye is that Mind's Eye isn't completely worthless. That's the thing. Like, Mind's Eye is objectively the worst character in the game, but she's the worst character in the game for the same reasons that, like, you know, Doctor and fucking, like, okay, I don't know why the fuck Professor, Explorer, and Doctor are on the same tier, but okay. It's the same reason of why Prisoner, it's all the same shit of why Composer should be in C tier, because they barely have any survivability. Like, she really doesn't. But at least Mind's Eye has some kind of self-defense. Her self-defense is her ability to see the hunter periodically. That is her self-defense. She can counter-rotate the hunter, and you can't disrespect that. You can't disrespect the fact that she can counter-rotate the hunter and do something. Mechanic is just RNG. Pray to God that the hunter doesn't do it. Like, at least with Mind's Eye, I'm in control. With Mechanic, I'm not in control. And I don't like that. I would rather be in control. Coleslaw versus potato salad. Yeah, I'm comparing trash and garbage right now. But it's like, Mechanic is genuinely just not, like, I don't see any value in her right now.
That's what it is. You can use her bot the body block if you want. It's niche as hell, but I mean, still good. She's good. She's still good. Like, but you know, a lot of her like potential relies on her bot, and that's why she's B tier. Like, she's still good. Enchantress, it's Enchantress, bro. She cucks a lot of hunters. She suffers against tip, but like at the end of the day, she's Enchantress. Like, she's good.
Enchantress is C tier. She's not good. What the fuck? She has the weakest early game out of every single survivor. You understand that Enchantress has a weaker early game than Mind's Eye? We understand that. Enchantress starts out with literally fucking nothing. Like, actually zero. But she builds up. She's a snowball character, which is why she's not bad. Or she's okay. But it's like, what does she have? What does she do? Like, she nichely counters Nightwatch. Like, what is she doing in the early game? Like, Enchantress is C tier. I don't know, man. Unless it's Sacred Hospital, I rarely see Mind's Eyes rotating long enough. Bro, if you put any smart human being on Mind's Eye, you put them in a broken area, and then after that, if the hunter goes to them, they're already rotating because they see the hunter. You put a mechanic in a broken area, there's comms saying the hunter's coming here. The mechanic has to auto drop bot, so there's a chance the hunter runs into the bot and kills the bot. You need to gamble on the hunter not running into the damn bot. If the hunter runs into the bot, they find you anyway. Hunters are not dumb? Yeah, they're not dumb, which is why they'll chase the mind's eye. But again, the survivor that's also not an imbecile is going to rotate away from the hunter because they can see the hunter.
She's solid. I would say she's goated, but she's still good. Prisoner's B. He's like a high B for me. Just because I feel like he's a really good, like, he's a rescuer. Yeah, he's a rescuer, guys. He's a decoder with an extra chance, you know what I mean? Like, if you whiff really hard on your kite, his shock lets you, like, kite a little longer. And even then, you can, like, help other people, like, decode their cipher, which is pretty good. And he gets a buff for helping other people, so it doesn't affect him too much.
You mean to tell me that so let me get this straight. We're putting Prisoner above Gardener, Aeroplanist, Painter, Novelist, Puppeteer, Professor, Wildling, and Explorer because his shock prevents him from having a whiff. Kisake, wait. Oh, bro. Prisoner's down in the dumps of C tier. That shock is literally like 1.5 seconds. It does virtually nothing.
He's not the best, but, like, you know, if you're beginner as hell, like, he's pretty good. He's goated, honestly. And then you can, like, you can buy time for your team with his utility. You know, you can make the hunter drop, you know, drop shock, and then, like, hug the hunter to, like, hit you instead of the person who's dying. Posty's not F tier. Stop your yapping. Thief, he's good. He's niche. Most of these B tiers are just niche. That's what it is. It's just niche. This is a
There's no way we're calling Novelist niche. We're not calling Wildling.
niche tier. Compared to, like, A and S, where, like, they're more viable in terms of, like, how to use your ability and, like, skill. These are more so niche. So, like, you need to hit someone with a fucking flashlight for it to actually work, and sometimes you're not even gonna hit the entire thing. I don't know. Gardner's, like, good, but I don't know. I think a lot of, like, high tiers overhype her, in my opinion. They overhype the hell out of her.
We're overhyping a character that can consistently 3-cipher kite the best hunter in the game. Niche because nobody plays Novelist, but it's not about how many people play him. It's not about how many people play him. It's about what he does. We're looking at potential. We're not looking at what happens. We're looking at potential here. That's what I want people to stop doing. Stop looking at potential. Look at what the character actually does in a match. Oh, okay, Mooney. That's on me then, because I misinterpreted that. ADHD moment! But, yeah. So that's my thing. Like, a lot of these tier lists, like, a majority of this tier list is what the character could do. This is not what the character does. Postman could, in theory, kite. Fire investigator could, in theory, kite. Cheerleader could, in theory, kite. It's not about what they can do. It's about what they do. It's not about what could happen. It's about what actually happens in a match. So it's like, it's so much what ifs. Like, no, what happens? What does?
I'm the one that raised Gardener higher, just so you know. He was gonna put Gardener lower.
She's gig overrated. Like, oh, bro, she gets bubble. Okay, is that it? She gets bubble, and then she has to look through her chest. Like, yeah,
she's able to break chairs.
She can break chairs, but, like,
well.
any solid, like, decent hunter's gonna be like, oh, she's gonna do this. Like, you have to be in that position. You know what I mean?
Well, you can make it that they don't chair.
But that's what makes it
really
niche.
good.
You are depending on your teammate to position himself properly to fully utilize Gardener.
That's what I'm saying.
Which is what should be happening. What? Excuse me? That's literally what you should be communicating to your teammates. Am I tweaking? Am I? That's quite literally the whole. Okay. So this is so I don't know, bro, because this is again for ranked. So it's like, okay, you're not gonna have a four-man comms, but if you're with a duo, then it's like, sure, like you should still be. That's what you should be doing if you're duoing with a gardener, because it's like even then you're not using gardener for her damn chair harassment. You're not choosing gardener for her chair harassment. You're choosing gardener for her survivability. You pick Gardner because she is again a three-hit character like the one that you put in A and in S tier. Except she gets her third hit more consistently. She needs to stand on a pallet for 6 seconds. And then she gets her third hit. Endlessly. It's infinite. So it's like we're putting Seer, who gets countered by Wax Ivy, pseudo countered by Gamekeeper and Nightwatch, in S tier. But we're putting the bitch that gets her third hit every like 50 for 6 seconds in B, who starts off in B. What?
Like, she's niche, but she should be higher. That's what I'm saying. Like, she deserves that spot. Like,
I'm not saying she's bad. Yeah, no, I'm not saying she's bad. She's good, but like, I wouldn't place her any higher
yeah, same.
because you're relying on other people to position themselves for that.
I think she's in a good spot right there. Though.
And
That's
then
pretty good.
you can make the argument to be like, oh, forward, you need to position yourself for forward. Okay, but like, you don't like the positioning for forward is a lot easier to get than the positioning for Gardner because he can throw you at walls or whatever. You know what I mean? Like, you have to rely on like RNG for Gardner for if you want to like.
You have to rely, yo. You need to rely on RNG for forward too. The RNG is just you gotta pray to God that the hunter's a fucking idiot and they're not paying attention to having tinnitus while they're in front of a down survivor while there's a forward on the team. What? That's the RNG. Okay, my mother came back, so had to do that.
Do the chair shit right. I don't know, she's good, but she's again a lot more niche than whatever's up here. Lucky guy. Honestly, I think he's solid. He's super solid. Be solid. He's solid. There's not much to say about him. Like, yeah, you get a gun. Yeah, you can perfume. You can like style the way you want. But if like you get you order a gun and then you get a syringe, like.
Yeah, it's
He's
RNG.
good, but I wouldn't say he's the GOAT. Aeroplanus, ever since his nerf, I think he was definitely A, but now he just went down to a B because the nerf actually like cut him really hard. Like the distance isn't as what it used to be, but he's still solid. Like you.
I can see it, to be honest. Yeah.
Guaranteed rescue, guaranteed kite, like, but it's just not the power ain't there. You know what I mean? And I played him a lot. It's just like the change is insane. I'm sure he'd place higher. I'm sure he places higher, but like I feel he's B tier from what was before to now. Puppeteer, he kind of just kills himself, honestly. I don't know. I don't like that he kills himself, but he could be a really great time waster. But for that to happen, like, again, he's niche because you have to be first kite, and more likely you're just not gonna be first kite unless the hunter's that confident in himself. Painter, he's really good.
So Puppeteer is a character in competitive that I think is higher ranked compared to where he is. I think in rank setting, yeah, I can agree with rank. In rank, he's B. I can agree with it. He's not the worst thing ever because we've seen in IJL that it's like, oh, you know, in IJL they've been using Puppeteer to like abuse fucking operas and shit. In rank though, I can see B.
I think he's really good, but like he's only really good if you get first kite or you get like lucky enough to see the hunter. To,
Yeah.
Like, get your painting because if you don't see the hunter all game and you know you're at one cipher left and you're the one to pop, you have literally no ability. Like he's good, you just have to get his ability, but like again, he's niche, you have to put yourself in that position. And sometimes you won't even get his face when you walk up to the hunter. So then you just waste the time. The novelist is he's good. He's solid. I mean, he could be really annoying, but again, it's niche, super niche.
It is not niche to be able to cancel the abilities of the best hunters in the game. It just sucks that he gets countered by Ivy, but like, oh yeah.
You have to put yourself in the position to fully utilize him. Like he's good. Like if you're harassing with a bunch of people, he's insanely good. He'd be fucking S tier, honestly. But that isn't always going to be the case. You know what I mean? A lot of the games aren't like that. Professor's solid. I mean, I'd play some B. B's fair. B's fair.
Yeah.
Solely
He's an
because,
honest character.
He's Professor, bro. If you land the scale, you land the scale. If you don't, you don't. You can drop a thing and you get like a couple on the map. But at the end of the day, like there's not really much you can do with him. You know. Wildling, all he is just a guaranteed rescue in my opinion. And like maybe you could place him higher because he's like good at like harassing and doing all that. But you have to think to yourself like, am I going to be in like, is the person like if you're Wildling, is the person you're playing with going to position themselves for you? Most of the time they're not, right? Most of the time they're not, and like you get a guaranteed rescue, but it's just again super niche.
Okay, wait, you can't call a guaranteed rescue niche when your whole reasoning for patient was just because of the fact that he's also a guaranteed rescue. Because that doesn't make sense. Like that doesn't make any sense. You can't call a guaranteed rescue niche when patient like you said he was kiting and etc. blah blah blah, and then you also called him a guaranteed rescue. So you can't use that. You can't say that guaranteed rescue is niche. You cannot.
Honestly, it's fair. It's fair. He's good. You ever like shut up? Fuck you. I mean, frick you, huh? Doctor.
Wow.
I haven't seen a lot of doctors. I'm sure she's good, but like even with her buff, but like I don't know. I just
Doctor's experimental, to be honest.
Like, why would you play doctor when you can just play psychologist or barmaid?
Doctor's experimental
Like
right
if you're
now.
gonna meet up with someone, barmaid. If you need a global heal, psychologist.
Doctor though hard counters IB, so I think she should be higher in B.
It's like she's good, and I'm sure her buff does her wonders. But at the end of the day, like you have to go out of your way, or for someone to go out of their way to come to you or you to them, to fully like utilize her. You know what I mean? And then yeah, you could be like, oh, she's such a good kiter, but like, is she really, bro? Like, how good of a kiter are you to pull off a heal? When a lot of these hunters like run like fast like pallet break or like have abilities that go over pallets to just chip you to death. You know what I mean? Maybe it's like this, honestly. I think boom, there you go. That's better. And like Explorer's good. I put Explorer down here. I mean, he's good, but you have all these factors. You're praying to God you don't get found. You're praying to God your team doesn't kite into you. It notifies you when you find a page. Like yeah, you get it off, but like it's just better alternatives.
So you just play the Explorer Spar. How they use Explorer in tournament is that they don't use the pages at all. That's just it. They like dig up a portion of the page, but not the full 50%, so the hunter doesn't get notified. And that's just it. And they only play him on maps that he's good on, like Lakeside and Leo's and shit. It's like, it's niche, but it's not worse than fucking Madam fucking -35 and one trick shock over here. Like, no, like, Explorer's the top of B.
And then Mind's Eye, like, I don't know, bro. You have to be the GOAT. Either the hunter's, like, brain rotted to the max, right? Like, he's watched so many Skibidi Toilet videos to where his shit turned into mush. For you to, like, 5-cipher kite him as Mind's Eye, because there's no way. There's no way, right? Like, all she does is decode, that's it. And you'd be like, oh yeah, but she can pop stick the slow, but, like, is that it, really? Is that your hype man? Like, go ahead, player. Like, sure, she can be good at decoding if you're not found, but, like, there are other better alternatives, and there's just more use to other people than Mind's Eye. Like, at that point, you can sacrifice some of your decoding to extend your, like, your teammates' like, kite.
Yeah.
Or to do something to extend your own kite. You know what I mean? Like, it's just, all she does is decode. And then maybe, like, out the hunter for everybody, but, like, you've seen the way your teammates play, dude. Like, come on. Does it really matter if you know what the hunter is? Well, it does, obviously, but, like, what's the probability of you making full use of that information? I don't know. I think this is fair. I think this is completely fair. Like, because you're so low doesn't mean they're dog shit. Right? I'm just saying that there's more uses to these characters than the others.
You put them low because they're shit. That's how a tier list works. The lower they are, the worse they are. What?
I don't know, I'm seeing what people are writing, and I feel like a lot of them are tripping.
Like, this is fair, dude. This is fair.
This is a good tier list.
No, it's not. I'm just gonna say. I'm just saying it right now. This is not a very good tier list. I'm just saying it right now. This is a lot. This tier list is a lot of what if, not what happens.